Welcome back to Topless Robot Plays Blazing Crawl.
Blazing Crawl!
My name is Ryan.
I'm Brooks!
I'm here.
And can Brooks get anywhere? I mean,
I think I can get somewhere.
In his defense, I suppose, he has gotten all the way to mission 5.
No. Alright, take that, General Grievous.
So fuck it, we're just gonna roll on with this conversation. Turn-based strategy, Ryan. Couldn't get into it. Why is that?
I don't know. I think I'm not great at strategizing and
Me not
shit
do
like
big
that.
think well.
I mean, yeah.
Yes, the concept of the stratagem is too difficult for the normal man. Like.
There are certain ones that I have gotten into more than others, like Advance Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to get into Disgaea because it's got goofy fucking mechanics and the story is goofier and shit like that. But it's just hard for me to, I'm just not good at that game type.
That's fair. Well, I think maybe an aspect of it might be, and in general, you've said this yourself, is it can be hard for you to invest a lot of time into a game.
Yeah.
And those are types of genres that you can, like, if you've played a turn-based strategy, the skills that you've learned won't necessarily carry over into the next one that you play.
Yeah.
Because the mechanics could be so different, and the only similarity is that you take turns.
Yeah, right.
So I can see that. Like a lot of like platforming skills are cross-applicable between different platformers. So you can usually pull stuff like that off with platformers.
Flail.
Right. But I totally agree, because for the sheer amount of Fire Emblem I've played, there's been other turn-based strategy games I've picked up and go like, I have no fucking clue what's going on.
I honestly think you would really legitimately love Disgaea because it is a turn-based strategy shitpost.
Okay.
Like that is what that game is.
Oh shit.
Is it?
Shit.
Is it really like super anime though?
A little, but
with a name like
not
that.
in the way that you're thinking.
Okay. It super depends. Like the big one for me is I had a bunch of people tell me I would love Wow. The main character's name was 2B. It was that android.
Oh, wow.
What is that game called? Why can I not remember?
How the fuck? Nier Automata.
Nier Automata.
Oh yeah.
I had a few friends tell me, like, from all the stuff that I played, there's like, dude, you fucking love this game. You gotta play it. And I hated the character design so much, I couldn't get past it.
Huh.
I hate the way those androids look.
Yeah.
It's like the blindfolds and the weird, like, I don't even know what you'd call that clothing style.
Fashion.
Yeah, it looks like they're all just dressed like a high fashion model. And,
I actually watched an interesting video on, like that weird fashion thing, like RPG thing, and like how that kind of came to be. It was pretty interesting as far as like the collaboration goes with like certain like fashion companies and like Square and things like that. Hell, I think like the last Final Fantasy game featured designs by like a specific and well-known designer. His name escapes me because I'm not that versed in fashion.
Sure.
I know. I certainly know.
You are not haute couture.
No, I'm not hot couture. Bubba Hotep couture.
It's one of those things I never would have guessed, though. I mean, it makes sense when it's brought to light, but yeah, that's a pretty reliable way to get some unique character designs, is to just get the real life fashion design that people are already making and put it on anime characters. Like,
Yeah.
anime characters already look fucking weird enough. Like anime characters probably wear that fashion better than humans.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's because humans, anime characters don't get fat unless it's funny.
Either funny or they're meant to be ugly.
Right? Like, ew, ugly mean character.
It is a shame, though, because Nier Automata is a great game.
That's all I've heard. Just couldn't get past it. I just, ugh.
I think that you would, however, enjoy Disgaea. I feel very confident in saying that.
Okay.
Just for the humor alone and the, like, it is, so, you know, obviously being a D&D guy, you're familiar with the term munchkin.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, Munchkin.
And you know why, you know, how that
hate Munchkins.
influenced the card game Munchkin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Min-maxers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Munchkins
So,
fucking suck!
Indeed they do.
Disgaea is a turn-based strategy for min-maxers. It's like, you know, you can exploit the mechanics, and the mechanics are made to be goofy and exploitable.
Okay. So it's satirical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Defense bot.
Like I said, I've heard the name so many times, but I've never been recommended to play it. But it's definitely the only people I've heard talk about it are my weeb friends.
Sure.
And usually when they talk about something, I avoid it.
Well, you should know full well by now that I am not like your typical weeb friend.
You are not a weeb.
I am someone who enjoys watching anime. I am not a weeb.
Yeah, no, I definitely would not call you a weeb.
Would you call me a weeb?
No.
Yeah.
No, because you're Korean.
Ah!
Wait, what?
I'm not a twee either.
Not a term I'm familiar with.
Twee is basically like the Korean equivalent to weeb.
Okay.
Although mostly applied to people that are into K-pop,
Ugh.
which is a whole nother can of worms. I had this. There was this girl that I met after a show that was like, think through conversation or whatever the Korean thing came out, you know, and she wanted to go home with me because I was a quarter Korean. I said no.
Yikes.
Because, yeah, that shit's, you know.
Gross.
Yeah, dog, like, come on. Like,
My culture's not your one-night stand.
pretty much. I was just like, I was like, I'm flattered, but, no thank you. I don't think that's good enough reason for me to go home with somebody.
My culture's not your kink.
Yeah, that's better.
All right, defense bout.
And me being a white guy, my culture is definitely not anyone's kink.
Now you know that's not true.
Well, except for fucking Nazis, but that doesn't count.
Again, you know that's not true. Like, everything is a kink, Ryan.
Robots want to
suppose.
fuck you.
But, like, there's nothing romantic or remarkable about being a white guy.
There's nothing intrinsically romantic about your race or anything that you can't
it's just-
control.
Ugh, that shotgun blast. Hell yeah.
God, just the constant warning. Bang, 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 bang.
You never know when it's gonna happen, but it's gonna.
It's not nearly as bad as Mega Man 8, dude. Jump, jump, jump. Slide, slide, slide.
If only
jump, slide, jump. Yeah, it's.
If only Mega Man 8 was good.
I know it had so much potential.
It was close.
Like the level design is interesting, and the bosses are.
Except
are
for that
pretty
ice
good.
level.
Ice level fucking sucks. Yeah, slide, slide, jump, and then they had to bring it back for like the first of the Wily stages.
Yep.
Are they teaching you how to dance or jump to the left?
No, you're like on a snowboard.
Yeah, it's awful. At least Mega Man 7 was good.
Yeah, Mega Man 7's a little clunky, but I feel like they kind of missed after 6. They didn't transition well into maintaining the same speed.
Yeah, it
that
definitely
Mega
felt
Man
slower.
has. And like it kind of, it messes with the pacing a little bit for me.
But in general, I feel that way about all of the OG Mega Mans. They always felt more on the slow side because it was less about lateral travel and more about traversing a puzzle in a box each screen.
Yeah,
Sure.
those platforms. I mean, I've beaten them all. and I love them for what they are. But I will gladly play Mega Man X over Mega Man any day of the week.
Yup.
Even for as much as people like 2, Mega Man 2 is everyone's Capcom bae for some reason. And like I get it, it's a great game, but like, have you guys played Mega Man 3?
It's just one of those things. It caught on and everybody jumped in.
Yeah.
And it's great, but it's not that much greater than 3 or I mean,
I'm doing terrible this run.
shit. Even
4 wasn't bad. The only one wasn't crazy about 5 with the whole Dr. Cossack thing, but
no, 6 was great though.
yeah, you had cool bosses like Tomahawk Man.
Yeah.
and all the stage BGM rips.
I don't think.
And you got the fucking punch.
Yeah.
The punch ability was rad.
It's like, yo, you guys like Street Fighter?
I don't think I've played anything past 3, except 9, 10, and 11.
You're not. Honestly, if you had to pick one,
And soccer.
I do Rockman and Forte,
Yeah.
or Mega Man and Bass.
Honestly, my favorite of all the ones that I've played so far is 11.
11 is great.
I haven't finished it yet. I need to start that.
They did a killer job. I'm glad that they abandoned the we have to make this look like the originals.
Yeah.
I
And
thought
it looks great.
I thought it was annoying in the first place. So I'm like, nobody, it's like, yeah, okay, the nostalgia is great here, but like, I don't want to fucking play one of these. I want to play one of these. I'll just fire up an old one.
I want more developers to get away from nostalgia marketing. I want people to stop buying nostalgia-based marketing stuff.
I feel like that paradigm shift is coming.
Another thing, so when they made Mega Man 9 and everyone was losing their shit, around the same time, Bionic Commando Rearmed came out.
Oh, I love that game.
And that is a fucking killer game.
I love Bionic Commando in general. Even the shitty like reboot where he had dreads for some reason.
Oh yeah, that dumb.
But
that
I mean,
open world.
But by playing Rearmed, you unlock a skin to play as the classic version.
Oh really?
Yeah. So it's like the shitty dreads doesn't even have to be a thing. It's just like at that point it's just, oh well, this is an interesting game. It's too short.
Yeah, I don't remember if I ever played the Bionic Commando reboot.
It's not great. It's pretty repetitive.
I was just super into Rearmed, and the soundtrack is fucking amazing.
Well, I got into Bionic Commando when I got my first job, and I worked at a Red Lobster next to a GameStop. So you get off of work and you go poke around at GameStop. What can I get? And they had that Capcom has always been really cool with releasing their shit.
The collection.
Yeah, collections and stuff like that. And there was Mighty Final Fight, Bionic Commando, and Strider. The
Strider
NES
is really
port,
good.
Which I prefer the Genesis original.
Strider 2 was vastly superior.
I have Strider 2.
Strider 2 is fucking sick.
It is. It's a little too easy.
Ooh. Brooks.
Well, I would say too easy because you have infinite continues.
Yeah, it was meant to be a token taker.
Yeah, for sure. But that game rips. Have you played the new Strider? That came
No,
out a few
I
years
really
ago?
wanted to, and I forgot about it.
I have it. It's fucking rad. It's hard, as it should be.
Yeah, but is it like? It's not as obtuse as the first Strider, I hope.
No,
Like all of the different traveling and like you had to get the key card and go back to this level and do this specific thing. That was all dumb. I hated that.
There's a little bit of that, but the whole game is a little more open world.
By new, do you mean the one that came out like 7 years ago?
Yeah, that's the last.
Well, by
we've heard of
comparison to
Strider.
the other Striders, that's
I
very
mean,
fucking
sure,
new.
sure.
Yeah, I actually bought that the day it came out.
No, I was confused because I thought for a second that you were referring to one that I somehow missed that was like within the past year. Or
No.
whatever.
We would have talked about Strider on the show because fucking Strider rules.
Yeah. Wall jumps for life.
Wall jumps and robot panthers, dude. And fighting like, evil future communists.
Oh, bro.
Oh, come on.
Nosedive.
So you know what showed up in the eShop on the Switch in the upcoming titles? The new Contra game.
Oh, that abomination.
With the robot panda.
My favorite.
Looks fucking stupid.
This is bullshit.
The best thing that that they did was when they made what was it? The DS Contra, where they actually did a mainline Contra game as a sequel as a DS title.
Oh shit!
It was fucking great.
They also had that one on the PS2 that I couldn't tell if they were trying to remake it or not, because it was like it had like a different aesthetic.
Sure.
Like they were wearing like samurai-looking armor.
Oh, weird. Was it 3D?
Yeah.
No thanks.
The translation just doesn't work.
It doesn't.
Damn
Because
it.
that new one is in 3D as well, and just that's not.
Yeah, but that's not the only thing that I missed the mark on.
No, definitely not.
It was just like, what else got fucked up pretty recently? There was going to be another Quake game, but it was like Overwatch pretty much. Like it was Heroes. Like you had heroes and loadouts and shit like that.
Well, yeah, but
Instead of
it's
just running into the map
definitely
and picking up your fucking gun.
Yeah, like an
Oh
adult.
no, there's not loadouts.
There were like heroes and characters for
There are
sure.
heroes and there's ultimates that you can perform, but there's not like a loadout for that. Like you still run around the map and pick up all the guns that you know from Quake. It's Quake Champions.
Okay, I still don't like the idea of
having like names.
not like. I think one of the best things about Quake is equal footing, and giving people different like mix-ups and ultimate abilities just takes away from the fun of Quake for me.
I suppose. For
I like
me,
a game where you don't even know what the main character's fucking name is.
Doom Guy.
Yeah, just some faceless murder monster.
Yep, I'm gonna kill you.
It like they only recently like started referring to Doom Guy as the Doom Slayer.
So dumb.
He's Doom Guy.
But for me, what epitomizes those, Quake games, like we talked about on the podcast today, it's the speed,
Yeah, they're so fast.
and that's what I love about them.
Yeah, they're super fast. You jump like you're a goddamn superstar. Like,
And Quake Champions has that. Like, whoa, does it have that?
okay, so it could be good.
I was in the beta test for it, and very much enjoyed myself. But so what sucks about it is it's online only.
What?
So that means
Boo.
you are instantly and constantly reminded that you are not good at this game. You may think that you're good at this game, but you're not.
Yeah, dude. Well, so this is like a full circle thing back to talking about the entry barrier for fighting games.
Yeah.
It's a big reason of why once I hit that like level where I couldn't play with new people anymore, I was forced to play online.
Yeah.
But that sucked even more because then I just became like the new guy because everyone you get matched up with who's like supposedly of a similar matchmaking quality
Sure.
fucking stomps you every
Yeah.
time. And if they don't and you stomp them, it's never a good fight ever.
Never like a good, even playing ground.
No. There were 2, maybe 3 people that I could reliably play Guilty Gear with. Then eventually we played each other so much that we learned each other's moves. So you could read your opponent too well because you knew all of their shit.
Yeah. Oh, Brooks.
It's okay, by falling, I bypass all the other jumps. Strategic death, man. It's like getting a perfect high score at Pac-Man.
It's like how speedrunners intentionally die, and they're like, so the reason that I took this shortcut,
Yeah. Intentional deaths are a thing.
it's faster for me to die here than sit through the dialogue box that is about to happen.
There's still a couple skips toward the very end of Mega Man X that I can't pull off, and I try so fucking hard every time to do them.
Yeah.
There's a couple things you can skip right before you fight Vile. Where when you're in the barrier room between the fighting, where you're supposed to listen to him and Zero fighting it out in the next room.
Oh,
Yeah.
Between the Buried and Me.
Yes, absolutely. You can move during that audio and just skip being like stuck there while they fight. And the next one is while you're moving in, if you shoot a rolling shield at the perfect time, it skips his dialogue box shows up and starts playing, but he just comes over to you and starts fighting.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I can't ever do it.
Huh.
I can never pull him off.
This is hard.
Get good, Brooks.
Or
Do I have to go get the taser?
No, I'm itchy for some reason. I feel like there's bugs crawling all over me. And even though I'm not, it's that Contra sweats.
There's also a way, so Brooks, you know how after you beat Vile, Boomer Coanger's up right after that, right?
Yeah.
If you launch a charged shotgun ice attack that pushes you at just the right frame into the door into his room, you just get pushed in there, he doesn't spawn in, and the barrier for the next room just explodes and you get to leave. I can't
That's
do
awesome.
it though.
That's perfect.
Speedrunning tricks are so fucking hard. Just being good at the game isn't enough.
Yeah, like every time I've recently started getting into watching speedrunners, play games and stuff like that. And anytime they talk about, oh, this is a frame perfect trick, it's like, dude, you're an insane human
Are
being.
you even having fun?
I mean, I'm sure they are. Like, it's clear the love for the games that they're playing that they have. It's very clear.
And that's always been that was always my biggest barrier to entry for speedrunning. Like, as interesting as I find it, and as much as I love mastering a game and doing it quickly, exploits turn me right off.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't like them. I don't like doing it.
If you can't do it straight, then why are you doing it? Yeah.
And I get it. That's part of it. Like really mastering the game, and sometimes part of that is knowing its mechanics and its programming so well that you can manipulate it.
Like those fucking ridiculous traversal glitches in Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, or Mario
The whole,
64.
Like, backflip, and you're like...
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mario 64 stuff is ridiculous.
But to me, that's just not what's fun about it. And there are glitchless runs. Like there's some games there's different times for glitchless.
No.
Still, though, watching Celeste played by by Tazbot, is a thing of beauty. It is a work of art. Like the shit and the way that they're explaining how they're getting to do some of the things that they're able to do. So like in the areas where there is wind, apparently the game doesn't register. Like if you get pushed into spikes by the wind, it doesn't register that as you having hit spikes, so you get another jump.
Okay.
Damn it. I can't make it past here.
I feel like I've brought this up, but the other one that you gotta watch, anybody, if you haven't seen the task run of Ikaruga, you gotta do it.
Oh, I haven't
because
seen
the guy, it's one person who did a task run with both of the ships. So he plays 2 players by himself.
Jesus Christ.
And does the whole task run that way.
Man, I would have thought that there would be too much RNG in a bullet hell.
I think Ikaruga is actually really consistent. There can be a lot of RNG in those games, but from what I've seen, like the enemy spawns are always the same. Like their firing patterns and how they spawn is pretty much the same all the time.
So the AI on that is like never reactionary.
As far as I can tell. But obviously a lot of the subtleties are lost on me as somebody who doesn't know anything about Ikaruga aside from having seen a task run of it.
Yeah.
And knowing that it's a really fucking hard game.
Yeah.
Man, I bet Toho would make a good test run.
Maybe.
Like the studio that made Godzilla?
No, there's some, like... It's a legendary bullet hell game. I think it's called Toho.
Yeah, it is.
Where, for some reason, there's a lot of anime girlness to it. But it is just a straight-up fucking killer bullet hell.
I feel like I may have seen clips of that online or somewhere. Because like I've definitely seen some crazy fucking bullet hells. And like as a guy who spent a lot of time in the arcade playing like Strikers 1945 and and
Bullet
shit
hells
like
are
that.
one of my favorite game types. I'm terrible at them, but I love
Oh, me too, dude.
them.
I'm more into shmups than bullet hells. I think shmups have the better difficulty balance.
Sure.
Bullet hells are a bit much for me.
Taste my.
So more of a R-type than a Raiden.
Yeah. Gradius is rad. Link into Gradius.
I like sidearms a lot too. Hey, look at that! I haven't died yet. By
Yeah.
the way,
Very impressive.
My favorite of that game type is a fucking ridiculous ass game called Barodius.
Yeah, I've,
Oh, I love
I've seen
Barodius.
Barodius.
Barodius G is fucking hilarious.
And then who could forget, if we're going to bring this up, Choaniki.
Yeah, of course.
I actually played Harmful Park.
Harmful Park's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
I've never played Harmful Park.
It's a good game. In addition to being silly as fuck.
Choaniki's not so much a good game.
Is it
just
not?
a weird game?
It's okay. It's ridiculousness is more the central focus than its
Oh hell yeah!
gameplay
Speedbot.
quality. But it's good. It's fucking weird boar thing.
What? Well, so long double jump. Yeah, I've never actually played Choaniki. I've seen footage of it, obviously. It's fucking
Damn it.
ridiculous.
All right, remember my training.
Dude, there is too much.
There's a lot going on right now.
Good lord.
Yeah, that's rough, man.
Oof.
Do we have time to continue?
Yeah.
All right, well, one last run.
I bet that's your checkpoint. I'm hoping.
Yeah. Oh, it's got it.
I'm hoping.
It's got to be. Oh, I died.
But I love all those old, all the games that, like, where all the fighters are included in Proteus, like Twin B is great.
Yep.
And shit like that.
Isn't there just a penguin in Parodius as well?
Yes.
I remember reading about Barodius in an old Electronic Games Monthly from the 90s.
Oh, wow.
Well, I was also 16. I had found a huge stack of my uncle's old game magazines from back in the early 90s. And that is also what got me into this old school thing.
Oh,
Wonderful.
that jump makes me clench.
The long one, yeah.
I've watched you fall in that pit far too many times, and fall into that pit while it looked like you were going to land far too many times.
Yeah, you catch the edge there and it doesn't register. Duh. Well, I probably am not gonna beat this guy. But like Billy Mitchell says, there's no such thing as a bad run.
Oh.
But Billy Mitchell's also a cheater, so I don't know if I would want to listen to him that.
Supposedly his cheating days are over, but I don't know, man.
Supposedly he's cheating what?
Cheating days are over.
Oh.
And supposedly he did go back and legit get, prove his scores and shit like that. There are definitely more egregious cheaters out there right now that have been proven, really bad. Whereas there was the one who was, editing his own scores on the Twin Galaxies.
Oh yeah. I forget what his name is.
I can't remember his name either. But Billy Mitchell, only reason that he is regarded as the end all be all evil is because of that fucking movie. Also, partially because of his personality.
Yeah,
but-
he's kind of a dick.
Yeah. That doesn't help.
What perfect timing! That's gonna end it for this episode. Brooks got further than I thought. We at least got to the first boss in Mission 5.
We did, and it's hard as fuck.
Yup.
Oh man.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.
Musketeers.
Bye.